Hello, hello, and welcome.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Soul Conversations. Our guest, Isabel Mariposa Galactica, is about to join. There you are. Hey there.
Hi.
It's so good to see you. I'm so excited for this. Hey, Tris.
Awesome.
Hey, Chris. I see people are joining.
Yay.
I love your background. I feel like I was gonna introduce you and talk about your art, and your background does that for you. I will say that ever since I saw Isabel's art, this is Isabel Bryna, also called Mariposa Galactica, amazing artist. So ever since I saw her art on Instagram pop up, I was like, breath. My breath was taken away. Like every time, it's so much energy. I don't think I've ever seen other paintings achieve that. So, of course, when I saw you did this beautiful oracle, I'm like, we need to do something with it. It's amazing. And I'm so honored to be here to talk a little bit about your art and the oracle. So, yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for sharing. Um, yeah, it means a lot that you share what you just said, um, and it just makes me feel really grateful. So
I
thank
will
you.
say that your oracle is one of those projects that I can see is completely from the soul. I work with a lot of oracle decks, a lot of tarot decks, but this one, like with every single card, it means so much because something we should tell people is that Isabel not only did the art for the oracle, like she also did the text, like amazing 4 pages for each, with like wonderful reflections and exercises, and it's such a complete experience that I really enjoyed doing it. So yeah, hey Sydney,
Thank
let's.
you. Thank you. Yeah, it really is from the soul. It's very much a authentic expression um, of my journey and everything I've learned, and just a lot of the tools that I've acquired along my journey. And yeah, just wanting to share that, like the wisdom that has come through, that really the whole oracle is about guiding people back to their own wisdom within themselves. So it's not really like telling you what to do or how you should live. It's more about bringing you back to your own inner knowing and connecting with that. And yeah.
You really transmit that. Here, Sydney says, your art is so beautiful, stunning, leaves me speechless. Same, like I couldn't even say it earlier because it's just so, every single piece, it's like an explosion of the universe. The theme today, it's like universal connection, and that's what it really makes me feel. So yeah, I love this topic today in this soul conversation because it's about art, healing, connection. Like we'll talk about the elements and just frequency. I feel like this is all frequency in your art. I always say like you can't see something like that and not feel something. And it exudes a frequency. Like color is frequency, and I don't even know how you get these like visions. I will just show everyone this. Like for
Yeah,
example, this one. How do you even get that? I mean, it's amazing.
it's honestly, it's like I don't get the vision. It's not like I see it before it happens. I mean, I get like little flashes and kind of like inspirations and little pulses, like, but I just like I'll just keep painting what I love and what I'm feeling in my heart and what I'm feeling in my womb, and I just move with that, and I don't know what's going to happen. Like I'll start with maybe just a face or just certain flowers or whatever it is, and then it just kind of starts building, and then everything just starts weaving together, and then in the end I'm like, whoa, like how did that happen? And then I can learn so much from my paintings too. When I'm finished, I look at them and there's all these codes and symbols and things that I didn't even know about, that I haven't even learned about. And then I find out later, like, oh, that's like a sacred symbol in this, in whatever specific culture. I mean, they're multicultural, but yeah, I think it's more of
Amazing.
kind of like like a channeling, or like I'm just open and it's kind of just working through me, and yeah, just being sensitive, I think, if
Yeah.
that makes.
Like the intuition, you're kind of catching it as, and it goes like you're figuring it out, almost like you're uncovering the pieces, and then like it happens through you, but it's the universe, something like that. I'm
Yeah,
feeling.
exactly. That's exactly what it is. It reminds me of not to compare myself with Michelangelo, but I don't know if you've heard the quote where he says that the sculptures were already they were already created and he just was uncovering them. And
Oh
so
yeah.
yeah, it kind of feels like that. Like the paintings are already done and I'm just kind of like open to make that happen, I guess.
Yeah, and I love how you built an oracle from it. Like that's such a gift because as soon as you released it, I'm like, I need to have this because I mean, your paintings, of course, it's such a, I wish one day I can I can have one, but right now it's such a luxury for me that I get to have now your art, and not only in a way that it's there, but like I feel like I work with it. So you're giving such a gift to people. And it's great because it's like a collection of your art throughout the years. We can see your personal journey as well with the topics you touch. I love the topic selection. And oh my gosh, there's so many things I want to ask you. Like, these are the two main things, I guess, and you can choose the order or maybe combine them. I would say, what inspired you to be like, okay, I'm making an oracle? And in that same line, how do you understand the relationship of art and your art and healing?
Okay. So I guess I'll start with what inspired me to create the Oracle deck. I think um, it was kind of an inner knowing where I just felt like I needed to do it. I mean, I did all the art for the Earth Warrior Oracle deck, which a lot of people know. It's written by Alana Fairchild, and that is that is all my older artwork, and that artwork I kind of handed over to Blue Angel Publishing, and I licensed them the permission to use all the artwork, and then Alana, the writer of that Oracle deck, she kind of like channeled the reading, the book that goes along with the art, and I think it's beautiful. But I kept feeling like I want to do my own. Like, well, actually, at first I was trying to find a writer. I talked to a few different people who I think are beautiful writers and authors, and just like mystic wisdom keepers, and I had a couple that were like on board, and then everybody, somehow the universe was just like, that's not going to work. And every time I thought I had somebody to write the writing for the art I had, it just kind of fell apart. um, and so then I just realized it was like God, goddess, great spirit, universe, just being like, Isabel, like you have to write it yourself. And then I remembered a dream I had when I was a teenager, where this this like old shamanic man used to come to me in my dreams, and he would float above my head and speak to me in Spanglish, um, and he would give me messages and he would do energy work on me. And one time he told me that I needed to write of butterflies. So I
Mm.
thought, okay,
Mhm.
I need to write this. And the journey of the butterfly, it's the full metamorphosis of being the caterpillar and then turning to mush and just being, in that dark space and then rebirthing into the butterfly. And I feel like I guess that leads to the next question of healing and art. And I think that for me, like creating my art has been um, like a way to alchemize pain, and to bring in more beauty, and to have those rebirths, because I think in life we live this cycle of um, death, rebirth, growth, struggle, challenge, death, rebirth. There's always, like, the cycles can vary, but we're always going through these cycles of rebirthing ourselves, and that's how we grow and heal. So I think that, yeah, if that makes sense,
Yes,
it's
and I'm seeing the butterfly behind you, like on top of your head. It's so perfect. Like, it's all about transformation, like transmutation is the word I get. It's so beautiful. Like you do a great job, and I'm so glad that you wrote it because I swear when I got this one, I assumed someone else wrote it because that's how it usually is. And I was looking for the writer and I didn't find the name. And I'm like, did you do both this amazing art and the writing that's so healing? Like, I feel like you could write a whole book, like a long book.
Really?
And yeah, I'm really glad that those things didn't work out because you are a writer. Like, words are also something that work through you. So, really cool. Let's see, I'm curious about um, the one you chose as a cover. Let me see the name. Um,
Amo.
Amo, yeah, Amo. Here we,
Um,
yeah,
So the name
Amo.
Amo is I love, and that is one of my newest paintings. And so as I was finishing the Oracle deck, I'd done 36 chapters, 36 images, and I wasn't sure how many I was going to do, but 37 just felt right for some reason, and that I was just finishing that painting. And so that is like, that's the last card of the deck, and then I figured it should definitely be the cover as well because, I mean, for one, I think it's one of my best paintings. And I just think there's so much medicine. It's like kind of like the medicine of all the other cards put together. It's the
Mm,
all encompassing. It's like all that wisdom coming together.
mm,
It has Thoth and Horus, the Egyptian bird gods, at the bottom. It's very inspired by Kololea Mountain. It's inspired by a ceremony, an ayahuasca ceremony that I did with Daniela Riojas, who's an amazing musician and ceremony holder. And I mean, it's got it has Jesus, Jeshua, at the very top, coming out of the crown chakra, which I never considered myself a religious person, but I love the teachings of all the divine enlightened masters, you know, and so Jeshua has come to me, bringing me guidance and messages, and so that's why he's in there. And then the birds represent the higher consciousness, the elevated consciousness. um, the birds are very, very prevalent in all of my paintings because like cross culturally, birds are very, and I've learned all this. Like I started just painting all this stuff without knowing why, but then I started learning. Oh yeah, birds are higher consciousness, um, and just they're very connected to the heavens and the cosmos. And then I usually have also my paintings like some grounding earthy, well, plants and elements and animals. But yeah, but the painting Almo that is on the cover is the all-encompassing, just the energy,
mm.
everything put together, all the
It's
love. I love.
and it says element. So for context, every card has an element of the four elements, but this one is all of them: fire, air, water, earth. It's this completeness, like this universe. It reminds me, like in tarot, they also end with the world card, and
Oh,
that's a circle, and that's basically everything in the world, and the spiritual and the cycles and the birth and rebirth. So it's cool that you got
I,
to the same place.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so cool. Thank you for sharing that. I love having insight about every little thing. Like, there's so much, and I love seeing how everything has a meaning. And also, it blew my mind what you said earlier about seeing symbols, like painting symbols that you didn't even know, and then finding out what they were. That's just amazing.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And then also sacred geometry, like we'll just start like kind of forming when I'm doing dot work. And then afterwards I'll look and I'll be like, wow, it's all these sacred geometrical patterns. And um,
Well, that makes me think of one. Let me see if I find it. I mean, it makes me think of yeah, here it is. Like,
oh yeah,
amazing.
that's a new painting also. That one is Ah,
Abre lindo corazón.
qué lindo corazón. Yeah, opening the
Open heart. Beautiful. So cool. Let's see. I wanted to talk about your forward. It really moved me. Um, because you are really open and vulnerable and you share your journey. And I think that's so important to show people. Like now, you're having wonderful results with your work. I feel like you're vibing so well and you live in a place you love. But you did that journey, and I remember you wrote a quote that I don't remember exactly how it went, but basically it was how high you get to ascend matches how low you were.
Yeah,
And
we can only ascend to the same heights in which we've descended to the same depths.
that's it. It really moved me, and I think it's really important to share that now you're working with these super high, beautiful frequencies of abundance, love, but you were also in those depths, and then it's that strength, that butterfly, right? The transformation, that now you're on the other side, and you get to help others heal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's incredible. I never, well, I shouldn't say I never would have imagined, but when I was in like the darkest, 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 darkest night of my soul for years, like just going through so much darkness and so much physical pain and mental pain and spiritual pain, emotional pain, just in the pain body, like deep. It was like there was some inner strength that would like imagine like what if I could get through this one day and like be like these people that I used as my like pillars of light through that journey, which I didn't have anybody really in my close life, but I was, I read a lot of books, and I just went through a lot of dark things. I mean, it would be a lot to get into too much on this podcast or this live, um, but it also it was like all that darkness now I see is it was or has been like my greatest blessing too, because it's like our biggest challenges on the other side of that challenge is always going to be your greatest blessing. Like our greatest weakness on the other side of that is our greatest strength. So yeah, like
Mm.
everything that I went through with my health, with so much, like all the things, like the body, the relationship, like I've just been through a lot, um it's still like even though I feel so much more whole, I feel so much more whole, I feel so much more I'm so much stronger, I'm so much wiser, but I'm still like I have so much to learn. I'm still learning. And I still have challenges. Like I think we will always, as long as we're in human bodies, continue to have challenges to keep us growing, so we can continue to evolve. And I think that it's like the more you go through, you get better at. It's kind of like surfing. You get better at when these waves come in of like big challenges or pain or whatever it might be. It's always surprising, right? Then we kind of learn how to navigate through it with more grace.
Yeah, seeing them as gifts, as hard as they may be.
Yeah.
I sometimes say that God gives strong people sometimes the biggest challenges. So, because He knows we can get to the other side with so much more strength and then help others.
Yeah.
So, I think that's
That makes,
beautiful. And let's see, do you have your deck with you?
yeah, I do.
We could do a collective pull where we both pull one card for the people here, if you'd like. We can
Sure.
talk a little bit about it. Okay.
Do you want me?
Let's show it at the same time, if you
Okay.
want. One, two, three.
Sorry, I'm a little
Oh,
slow.
sorry, I thought you pulled it.
Ah,
Oh my gosh, I love this one. Oh, they have a similar vibe, I think, like with the pink. Beautiful. So cool. I love the two faces in yours. This one doesn't have humans, right? Or oh no, yeah, it has two women as
Yeah,
well.
La Luz. And this one is the Great Awakening, El Gran Despertar.
Yeah. They are definitely aligned. Let me see. I like reading, so also so they see the way this is written, which so I'll read the quick sentence for La Luz first. It says light codes ascension, allowing light in, illumination, clarity, acceleration within light body, and access to higher knowledge. Oh, and look at that. You may have been going through trials, challenges, and other more difficult times and situations that have pushed you through an awakening. And here you're ready to become in full alignment with your light body. So that's just what we were talking about. I love that.
Yeah.
And what's the number of yours?
The number of mine is 32. It is the Great Awakening.
Hmm. Feel like these cards, sometimes like with other decks, I pull like a lot of cards, but here I suggest everyone pull one for like maybe 3 days at least or a week if possible.
Yeah.
Really read it, really reflect on it because the energies are really significant by themselves. So El Gran Despertar, it says shifting, transforming, new paradigm, awakening to one's higher purpose. So that's the energy for the community today. Very like third eye opening, connection to God, to the divine. Like I'm getting like self betterment, self improvement, being open to information that maybe isn't the most comfortable sometimes because it's a new paradigm.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's exactly what's happening right now. We're really just like awakening into this whole new um, reality that we can choose to live in. It's like the more we can choose to live on in heaven on earth, which is actually the name of this painting that it is in progress. So it's not finished right now, but I can let you guys see a little bit more. Um, this painting, I think the name and the names just come through. So the names of every card in the Oracle deck um, are basically just the name came through when I was painting the painting. But so this one is heaven on earth because I feel like that is a reality that we can access and actually move into, but it starts within ourselves and within our own consciousness, and
I
then that
love
will
it.
reflect to the outside, like as above so below.
Wow. I was just doing a workshop about the magician card, and now that I'm seeing the woman's hand, it's very similar. And the meaning of that card in the Hermetic study is as above, so below. So
Oh,
you're really like channeling the. I
wow.
think it comes from her, right? Like you can see the light exuding the colors, and you can see her wisdom as well. So I absolutely love it. It's such an honor to see the progress of your paintings. Really nice. It reminds me a little bit of Somos Amor as well
Yeah,
with the lights.
yeah, yeah. This one is very similar to Somos Amor. It's true. They're very kind of like sister paintings.
Sometimes I wonder if they're the same woman or if it's different women. Like for some of them, they look similar.
Yeah, yeah. I think that that's a good question. I don't know exactly who these beings are that come through, but I think that they are, well, I know that they are, they're kind of, so all these kind of feminine beings that have come through my paintings for the last 10, 12 years are, they're beings of light. So they are like ascended master goddess feminine. They're holding the divine feminine in like the highest, most authentic, real frequency of healing and love and connection to the Mother Earth and to the heavens. And I think that they could be the same or they could all be different because ultimately I think we're all one. And so it's just different ways of showing up or different ways of reflecting and different medicines. Like they all hold just a little bit of a different medicine, but in some sense, yeah, maybe all kind of a similar like omnipresent being.
I love that. That's true. It's like different vessels for the same energy. And the Somos Amor, I think it has to do with that like interconnectedness, right? I think I have it saved here. I got this card so many times. I think
Yeah,
every time I worked with the deck, I got this one and also Lionsgate. They keep on coming to me. It must be the energy I have to work with. It
yeah,
really works, by the way. Like the chances are not high at all that that would happen.
right.
So Somos Amor, I'll show it while I read it. It says, we are love, self-love, create with love, give love, receive love, and be love. Interconnection between all life forms. Unity. And there is, I think for this one, I'm going to read a little bit more if that's okay, because it's just so beautiful. Um, so Somos Amor comes to you to speak remembrance of who you truly are. She carries this remembrance in every cell of her body as she melts into the earth, connected to every form of life that exists on this planet. She's connected to trees, mountains, flowers, fruit, the rain, the ocean, the rivers, all stones and minerals. She is Mother Nature, and she is who and what you are. She's here today to bring you home, to warmly embrace you in the knowledge that you could never possibly be alone, because you are part of all that is. You are nature. You are divine love that organically births itself over and over as the energy of God, Goddess, Great Spirit, continuously transforming and rebirthing itself. Nothing dies, everything transforms. So amazing. Like, this is so inspiring. This is how all of them are written. So it's really like you can feel it. And I will also say that you have exercises in every one. So here I believe they have the transmission, so a little prayer and the practice.
Yeah, so
Maybe
the
I'll read.
is almost like it's kind of every transmission is almost just like when I just opened without thinking or editing or trying to be rational or logical. I just let words just flow through, kind of more poetic. And then the practices are all just like grounded, rooted practices um, that that you can actually physically do. And yeah, and then a lot of like all the wisdom, I think, I mean, a lot of it comes from alchemizing my own pain and my own journey and just moving through all the different challenges and opportunities I've gotten to move through. But a lot of it also comes from just connecting with like the earth and the heavens, being on the ground, being in the water. That's something I do on a daily basis. And the Somos Amor card speaks of that. And I do think that we can really reset our whole system and really find the answers to our questions when we just become quiet and get into nature and just connect with the Mama Earth.
Yeah, I remember the practice for this one was a bit uncomfortable for me. It was like just go for a whole day to nature by yourself. Which it's not really yourself because nature, you're all one, right? But like no technology, no distractions, and then really feel the connection and the grounding. And I
Yeah.
also will say that I think it's wonderful how you combine, how you befriend both the being very grounded in this earth and the spiritual, metaphysical. Some people, well, lately I have a lot of people coming to me and asking how do they balance that when they open up, when they have one of those awakenings and they see the spiritual, it's
Uh,
hard for them to come back. So what would you say to them?
yeah, that can definitely happen. I think that yeah, just getting into the elements. Like if you, I know I'm really spoiled because I live in Hawaii, but there's simple things that you can do even if you don't live in Hawaii. Even just going outside and looking up at a tree, watching the tree branches in the sky. Zach Bush talks about that. He's a doctor and a teacher who I really admire and look up to. He says that that can reset your whole nervous system and kind of just like reground you really, really fast. And it's a simple practice that most people can do. Just go outside for a little bit and just look up. I mean, if you can get barefoot, if you can, get into water. If you can jump into, if there's any natural water around where you are, try to get in. I try to make it a point every day to just get into natural water and to be barefoot on the earth and be in the sun and go under the moon, go connect with the stars. We all have the sky. Everybody can go outside for a little bit and just connect with the sky and feel the earth on their feet. And I think just those simple practices, and then also connecting with animals. Animals are so they are ascended masters. I mean, so are plants. But connecting just with nature, with animals, with plants, with everything. I think all of that is grounding, and it allows us to also be like bridging the spirit realm with the earth. And I think that is like the new heaven on earth that we're awakening into. It's a lot about being a balanced bridge like that.
I love that. That's really helpful. And also, I think this allows people to see that the divine is not separate from the earth. Like it is
Yeah.
divine. Everything is one. So yeah, someone was asking if the cards are large paintings, and yes, they are. You explained that in the foreword. They were all huge paintings, right?
Yeah. So every card was once or is a big painting. It's just printed onto a card.
So cool. There's one card that I also wanted to talk about, La Loba.
Oh yeah.
So this is a really important card. I know it's about connecting to our feminine, like wild and also intuitive side. It reminds me of this that when we connect to our nature and nature, we also connect to our intuition. So what would you say about this one?
Yeah, I love that card, and it kind of goes like along with what we were just saying. But so La Loba, that means wolf. It's the archetype of the wolf and how we as women are much like wolves. And I have read all of Clarissa Pinkola Estes, Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I read all of her books, and Women Who Run with the Wolves is one of her most well-known books. And so when I was going through my really, really dark night of my soul for many years, her books were really, really my guidance that got me out of that. Probably my biggest tool that I used. Um, and one of the things that she talks about, and that I realized in my own journey that's so important, and that this card talks about, is the importance of us as women to kind of like rewilding ourselves and reconnecting with our wild, instinctual, raw nature. So much as women, so much of the time we are so separated from our instinctual selves by, we dye our hair, we do our nails, we do all this stuff, which is, it's fun and it's great, and I do that stuff too. But we can become very separated from our real, like, raw selves, our authentic selves. And so this card is about connecting with your wild self. And by connecting with your most natural wild self, with really your, like, what you feel, not about anything from the outside. It's about going within and tuning in with yourself and what you need to eat, how you want to move your body, how you want to talk. It's a very like personal thing of just being in your nature. And when we do that, we can access our intuition, and our intuition, our third eye, is our greatest ally. It's our greatest guide to bring us to, along our journey and help us heal and have fun.
Oh, someone says they love it. I want to read the transmission for this one because it's such a powerful message. For women, I see it directly correlated, like not being in touch with our wild feminine nature with shutting up our intuition. So the more you connect to one, you'll connect to the other.
Yeah, exactly.
34.
And a lot of that is connecting with the earth herself, just being in nature, like I was just saying before. But it's true. It's like the more we can just be in nature, we start awakening the nature of who we really are. It becomes easier, I think.
Let's see. This is a transmission. So this is kind of the prayer, the affirmation for this card. I run wild and free through the mountains, feeling the dirt, the leaves, the river. My hair blows in the winds of liberation, and I howl up to the moon with my heart song and laugh with the stars. My tears turn to moon boughs, and my body is filled with the manna of the earth. I am La Loba. So, so powerful. Everyone should do that. And I will say that everyone has both divine masculine and divine feminine. So this goes to the men too. Reconnect with your
Yeah.
divine feminine because there's not a balance sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. This deck is definitely for men too, and also, you know, for men to tune in more with women and what women are going through, and to have more of an understanding for the feminine. I think it could be helpful. That, I mean, as a
Yeah.
man, reading hard.
Yeah. Let's see. This is the other I really wanted to ask you about because this is the one I think I got the most. Every single time, sometimes multiple, like I shuffle and then I pull one again and it's the same one. So it's been really insisting. The Lion's Gate, it's about activation, right? But what would you say about this one?
Well, so that one has that there was like a lot of like Egyptian energy coming into that one, and
Mm.
energy of Isis. Um, and also solar energy, and that painting is, it is like, that card is like power. It is just like blasting through, like big activation, kind of just like the sun, just like a big explosion of just, imagine just like the sun just shooting up through your whole body and just feeling like this major activation and just feeling so much strength infused throughout yourself. And um, yeah,
Love
power
that.
is the main word for that.
Lionsgate. This is good. It's empowering. And the Egyptian, I just love how you are so free with your art. Like if Egyptian comes through, you channel it, you do it, and the art like speaks for itself. This one is so powerful. It was like read it again for me, like step
Mm,
in your power, reclaim it. It's what I,
yeah.
oh, I
And
like the drawing you did here too.
yeah, so all of the practices have a little illustration like that also, that I hand illustrated. Um, and I just want to say too, like there's nothing in this oracle deck that is created with AI, nor with the art. It's all written, handwritten by me, and all the art is it's like paintings that I painted with my hands. So,
Yeah, I can
but
tell it's 100% real, like
yeah,
from a human soul.
yeah, 100%. And also, like when people pick a card, it's, I think a part of the transmission is just like holding the vision and just tuning in with with the vision. Even like you said, it is the kind of deck where you don't want to pick a bunch of cards at once. It's like pick one card, maybe two, and just really soak that in. And you might not even need to read it until the next day. Maybe just soak in the codes and the activation that is in the painting first. Because there's a lot just in that, just receiving that. There's
Yeah.
it's like a portal.
That's great advice for this oracle. I love it because yeah, it's like don't jump to reading. Just hold it there. Maybe do a little like temple in your room, in your living room. Even take a photo of it. Maybe put it as a phone wallpaper
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the week, and reflect on how it makes you feel, and then read it. It's like
yeah.
what's like a practice. It's a divine connection. So I think that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
like a proactive thing, not just like, oh, but like really be proactive with the vision.
Yeah, it's more than an oracle deck. I will say that. I work with a lot of oracle decks. This is more like a transformational experience in itself. Um,
Oh my,
so.
Just
Tristan here is asking, how long does it take to complete a painting? Do you paint multiple at a time? And also, I will add to that, do you focus, like if you do one at a time, do you focus, like, do you pray on that energy for the whatever it takes you? Or how's your process?
well, so when I'm painting, I sometimes I'll be painting more than one at a time. And they can take from weeks to months. Like this one behind me, I've been working on for maybe 2 months, I think. But I'm also raising two kids, um, and balancing a lot of things. So I'm not painting all day, but yeah, I feel like when I'm in a painting, it's like I'm very absorbed in, like it's a big part of my life. It's like gestating a baby and birthing a baby. It's like a if I'm at the beach with my kids, I'm like meditating on the painting, and if I'm making dinner for everybody, I'm like still tuning like what wants to come in. It's like I really just tune into feeling, um, and just being sensitive to know, and when I get that pulse of what wants to come into the painting, and then it's just one thing by one thing, and then at the end it just somehow weaves all together.
That's wonderful. I feel like it's it's so healing too to be actively like to always have a painting to go to, or like if you're a musician to have that piece you're writing. Like for me, I was historically bad at like drawing, so I said I don't paint. But life kind of took me to start painting, even if I don't do it well.
Yeah.
Like I will never do something like what you do, but it's still so like I feel like I'm transforming things within myself as I put them out in a painting. So I recommend it to everyone to try it out.
To just create art, yeah, and it doesn't matter, people can say, oh, I'm not good, but there's no such thing as good or bad with art. It's just expression, and just it's play. It can
Yeah.
just, if it feels good to do, then do it.
That's what I'm deconstructing too, because well, it reminds me of the wild aspect. I there's a story I really love from a book about music, where an anthropologist goes to a town in Africa to a tribe, and they ask him to sing, and he says, "I can't sing." Like people say that here, and the
Yeah.
people were so confused. Like, what do you mean? You
Yeah.
can't sing. You can speak. How can someone speak and not sing? Because to
Right.
them it's not like a concept to not.
Yeah.
It's like walking. It's like you're alive, so you create, so you sing, so you paint.
Yeah.
And I advise everyone connect with that.
100%. Yes, yes, yes. I think that the cultures that keep the dance and the storytelling and the art alive are the cultures who are the healthiest and the
Yeah,
happiest.
it's about transmuting too. It's all about that, like working through something and being receptive to energy instead
Yeah.
of being stuck with
Yeah.
your things all like inside, if that makes sense.
Yeah. 100%. That does make sense.
Last topic I kind of wanted to touch was the topic of manifestation and abundance. I love this card.
Manifest.
And we've seen you create your life with like amazing, projects and collaborations. And I know you came from being like a single mom who was going through some financial hardship, and then you really transmuted that. So what would you like to say either about the card or your journey?
Okay. So that card manifest is, the painting was created. So all of the cards, when I was doing the writing, I was tuning in with what I was transmuting and alchemizing at the time that I was painting the painting. So when I was painting that painting, I was um, I was at a point where I had been in a abusive relationship with um, with the father of my children, and I had a little baby who was 5 months, and I had a 7-year-old, and it had gotten so bad that I knew I was going to either die of cancer for staying in the relationship, or some other illness because I was completely unhappy, or I would get killed. by being in the relationship. So I knew I was going to die if I stayed in the relationship. And I just got this full download. And, and I started painting that painting, and I just made the decision, like, I'm leaving no matter what. I'm leaving. Like, we're out. I'm taking a backpack, I'm taking my baby, and we're leaving. And so that was the painting that I was painting while I was manifesting a home to move into, because I had to leave with just literally a backpack and a child and a baby. And while I was painting that painting, I manifested a beautiful cottage at the foot of a very sacred mountain here in Kauai. Um, and and I moved into it with my kids, and that's when so much healing and so much transformation happened. So much abundance started coming in. I didn't know how I was going to pay the rent on the cottage, which was not that much, but I started making more money than I ever had. I started getting commission paintings. I started getting people wanting paintings that had been like in closets for years. Like, I started, everything just started flowering. And it's because I took the risk, I think, of getting out of this relationship and, just doing it by myself. And it was scary, and it was challenging, and it was hard, but it actually just it opened up so many doors. And that was like, I mean, my whole life has been this journey, but that was like a big opening for just light and healing and just moving into the next level of what my life could be.
Wow.
So
I'm
that
like, I'm
that
tearing
that
up.
part about manifesting whatever it is you want, just making that decision. And then the card actually speaks a lot about specific practical practices that you can use to create the reality that you want to be living in.
So amazing. Thanks so much for sharing such a personal story. I think it gives a lot of people so much hope. I think you were rewarded by the universe for making that difficult decision, that uncomfortable decision. And just the fact that you were able in the middle of all that to attune to that frequency, because that's what manifestation is, right? Like, despite your current situation, you attune to a frequency of what you want. And
Yeah.
you were able to do that, like, with a lot of mind power and doing the painting. It's just, now it forever changed the meaning. Like, it was already amazing, but just knowing this, that you were in the middle of that and did this and manifested your life, that's so inspiring to people. It's just really amazing. So thank you. People are clapping.
Yeah.
And I will say, I have the book here. So it says Manifest, Divine Power of Manifestation, Consciously Alchemizing Energy into Matter to Proactively Create a Reality. And the transmission is, my heart's desires are pure. I am aligned and connected to earth and sky. With ease and joy, I dream to create. My sacred visions fall upon me like summer rains, sweet, soft, quenching the thirst of my soul's desires. I manifest beauty in my inner world, and this light blooms loving flowers in the world around me. So powerful. We see the flowers here. We see her hands. We see this person. I feel like she's seeking like comfort. It's what I get from this one here. So, and then the power that's above, almost.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Yes.
with the universe, and communicating with the universe, and commanding the universe with love.
Oh, I should show the back part of the cards.
Oh yeah,
Really
the
nice.
back part.
Is this a painting too?
So that is it is a painting. It's actually a mix of two paintings that
Mm.
this beautiful woman, Tara, who helped me do some of the editing and just kind of figuring out how to get the images onto cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The logistical stuff. She helped me mix two paintings. Yeah, so that is
Mm.
um, it has the jaguar from the diosa de cacao, the cacao goddess, and then it has this painting called Essencia, Essence, in the background, which is like light energy and light codes.
Cool. And it's your name, Mariposa Jaguar, right?
Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
deck Luz y Tierra, which is light and earth. That was the name I had for years. And then at the very end, I was like, it has to be Mariposa Jaguar, jaguar butterfly.
Do this. Well, you explained the mariposa, the butterfly, and what do you want to say about the jaguar, like the significance? Because he's in a lot of your
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah, for sure. I know the jaguar is, I just, the jaguar wants to always, there's certain elements that almost always want to be in my paintings. And I'm like, oh, I want to paint something different. But they keep telling me, like, no, like, I need to be here. So I'm like, okay. And the jaguar is one of them. So the jaguar, the mariposa is the transformation, the metamorphosis, and then also being this more connected to the celestial realms with flight, with wings, and then the jaguar is the fierce, earthy, grounded, moving forward. It's almost like the masculine and the feminine, and not that jaguars are always masculine, but in this sense, it is more of like the proactive, brave, powerful, like just the jaguar energy combined with the mariposa who's like flying around and just collecting inspiration and just more playful and beautiful. And then the both coming together is just this synergy of like earth and heavens, kind of like how the name was going to be Luz y Tierra, light and earth. It's like light and heavens connected to earth, that bridge,
Yeah.
power.
It's also like the conversation about integrating like the higher, consciousness with the earth, and you do an amazing job with that. I love the symbols. I just La Luz. I don't. Yeah, this is okay. This is the one I got because I had it right here, and this just caught my attention. Like this tiny little rainbow, and like everything had. Like the more I see it, I bet people must have it in their homes, some of them, and find out, oh, there's this thing, and then it has a whole layer of meaning. Right?
There's a lot of there's like a painting within every square inch of most of the paintings. There's just so much, a lot of information.
Wonderful. Well, it's about to be 1 hour, so I will just ask if there's anything else you would like to say to the people today to share.
I think I can say that I just want to remind people to have faith and to trust in themselves and in the divine, um, in love, and to just continue being kind to one another. If we could all just be kind to one another and loving, we can create such a beautiful world.
Yeah.
Kind to one
Amen.
ourselves and kind to the earth.
Yeah. Vibrate with this place of love and sharing, excitement, connection. It's so important. And faith, I will say that if you received that message this week, for me personally, has changed my faith forever. Like I was already spiritual and stuff, but the faith that I was that I had to have and that worked, this week. This is a major topic in my life right now. I posted yesterday, like, never doubt that you are divinely supported.
Yes, I'm feeling that too right now. I think that's a theme that is happening all around, and I think that it is, yeah, really, really important. And for anyone listening to, yeah, just allow yourself to believe and trust and have that deep, deep, deep faith, surrender into it because it's a beautiful, beautiful way to live when we do surrender into that faith.
Yes, amen. And for anyone, the Oracle, I highly, highly recommend it. You can find it in her link in bio. And I'm just so thankful that I could have never guessed that I was going to be talking with you. I was like a fan for a year, and I got your Oracle, and I just I'm really thankful we had this conversation and you opened up so much. So many blessings. Like I want to tell everyone that when you are vibrating with genuine love, like you align with people, like you align with people, with opportunities, your life, like everything falls into place.
100%. Yeah. So,
Uh,
and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Yes, and we will have the playback here and on YouTube, and we'll probably make some clips too. I'll send you. So we both make clips. So thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Isabel. Until next time.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.